I mean, is it even worthy of talking about? Because it was still her voice, and if she would have cracked, oh, all hell would have broke loose on the tabloids. Then really people would have something to talk about. So now that she supposedly lip-synced, that we really are not sure of, because I look back and that was a hell of a performance regardless, because the fact that you can't tell makes you the bomb-ass actress, on top of the fact that you have a bomb-ass voice. So regardless if she lip-synced or not, who cares? Like, nobody even cares the words that are in the Star Spangled Banner, why the national anthem is even sung. Like, it's just, oh my gosh, she lip-synced it. Do y'all even understand the words that were coming out of her mouth? I mean, that's the importance of the Star Spangled Banner. Seriously, if you get the Chipmunks to say the same thing, it's the message, not the voice behind it. Like, to me anyway. The message. The land of the free, the home of the brave. Our flag, waving, free. Because we are a free country. Do you understand that's what the words mean? So Cornel West has obviously attended the Donald Trump School of Hate, because now he is hating on the fact that the president was sworn in on Martin Luther King Jr.'s traveling Bible. He is hating the fact that Republican, as he calls Obama, a Republican with a black face, got sworn in on the Bible. And my whole thing is, Cornel, you are a professor. If you could do such a better job and you have so much to say about Obama and he's a Republican with a black face, then why you ain't take your Democratic ass and run for office? Like, you're a professor at Princeton, and kudos to you, sir. And I've respected you up until this point. Like, you have said some off-the-wall stuff, and I have followed you forever, and your words and your wisdom. But to sit there and come at the president, who was given Martin Luther King's Bible by his Martin Luther King Jr.'s family, Bernice, his daughter, who presented Obama with the Bible, not only to get sworn in on, but to actually sign the inside of it. I mean, seriously, if that's the case, half the presidents that put their hand on anyone's Bible to get sworn in should burn in hell internally, because most of them lie. Can I tell you the words that are used during the swearing in of a president? Do y'all believe me that if Martin Luther King Jr. was alive today, he would back Obama? Yes, he would. So the fact that Cornel West is sitting there saying, oh, what would Martin Luther King say to this? What would Martin Luther King say to that? That is going in this world today? Are you kidding me? The last thing I think Martin Luther King would be fighting for is to get Obama out of office. The last thing he would do is ostracize this man for the job he's done so far. The last thing Martin Luther King Jr. would argue about is Obama putting his hand on his Bible. Seriously? Do you see the fuckery in this world? Because you see a colored man in office does not mean Martin Luther King and what he stood for and what his dream actually was has really came true. I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. That is what the presidents put their hand on the Bible and swear to God that they will uphold to the best of their ability to protect, preserve, and defend the Constitution of the United States. So let's think of the other 43 presidents before Obama. Did they preserve, protect, or defend the Constitution of the United States? Hell no. So, Cornel West, those that can, do. Those that can't, teach. So did you know Michelle Obama and her Thom Browne swing coat sold out? Like, everyone that watched her on the inauguration day, that swing coat that she wore to church services, and I believe she wore it I don't know if she wore it to the actual luncheon, but I know she wore it to the church service before the inauguration. That Tom Brown coat sold out. I personally think Michelle Obama should get an endorsement deal with like Neiman Marcus, Saks Fifth Avenue. Like, she should have an endorsement deal, because anything she wears, every designer is like glued to the set to see what she's wearing. And that coat actually sold out. Well, to me, and to see like President Obama chewing Nicorette gum and Michelle Obama rolling her eyes, that got a lot of play. But it's like people focus on the negative about that day instead of the positive, or don't even find it funny. Like, I find it funny that people are making such a big deal out of Beyonce saying, or if she lip sync, and they didn't even get the fact that it's the Star Spangled Banner and the words behind it. It kills me. And that trumped actually like being sworn in, the president actually being sworn in. And then like you almost forget that these are normal people. Like Obama quitting smoking and him chewing Nicorette gum, and oh, it's just so inappropriate. I found it hilarious, and I found it normal, and I found it inspiring. You know what I mean? But people always have to find the negative. I said that in my last video. They always have to find the negative. And on that, this picture here, so that picture there, if you look under, like, I'm going to put the caption too of what the picture actually said on there. So you see what she stated on that picture, and then somebody comes in and says, oh no, Martin Luther King cheated on Coretta, or not even Coretta, his wife. Bitch probably didn't even know her name. And mercilessly and da-da-da-da-da. So I pretty much got this bitch out of here, because I was just like blah blah blah. Audrey came in and she like agreed with me and was like, people will find a negative, I mean, or the scandal behind anything, like look at Bill Clinton or something on that line, she said to me. And then I said, right, blah blah blah. So me and this chick are going back and forth, because I was like, who cares? That's between Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King. Like, that is between them. And let me tell you, on the note of Coretta Scott King, this is all subject off that picture right now. On the note of Coretta Scott King, right? Bernice King was talking yesterday, and she said that in 2004, that Barack was speaking at a Democratic convention, and Coretta asked Bernice, oh, did you see the new black man that was speaking for the Democrats at the convention or whatever? And Bernice said no, she didn't see it. And Coretta said, we have one. And to me, that is just so monumental, which means at that time, because mind you, this is 2004. Obama wasn't elected until 2008, and Coretta Scott King died January 30th of 2006. So she knew in 2004 that, yeah, we're going to have our first colored president. Well, in her mind, black president. But to me, since I'm biracial, I don't like calling him black, because he's actually biracial. He's a mutt like me. And so I don't like to be called just black. So yeah, but at the time, 2004, Coretta Scott King, from that speech he made at the Democratic convention, she was like, we got one. And Bernice mentioned that yesterday, and I just thought that was so beautiful. Coretta Scott knew from that speech at the Democratic convention that this was going to be, he was going to be the first black president, because she told Bernice, we got one. And Bernice knew exactly what that was. And it wasn't, nothing else needed to be said about. But then she died January 30th, 2006. So she didn't actually get to witness. So then I'm going back and forth with this Honey Boo chick or whatever. Finally shut her the hell up. So here comes this other chick coming in there and like, Honey Boo, don't even worry about it. People are just ignorant. They need to do their research. Who the hell is going to sit back and research Martin Luther King's sex life? Who cares that much? I don't. Out of all this good the man does, somebody would sit there and research if he cheated on Coretta, even though Coretta stuck with him until that day he got shot in 1968. Seriously, I'm going to sit there and take time out of my day, out of my life, to type in the words or to look it up in the library, Martin Luther King's sex life. Was he a womanizer? Dun dun dun. Nobody cares. I don't care. And, like, for me to have to go back and forth and defend Martin Luther King Jr. or Martin Luther King Jr. Day when there's an inauguration of a black president, are you serious? And this is what I have to defend? And I'm a Leo, and I debate. I will get the last word. And I did twice with these bum bitches who are going to sit there and, like, take away from this man's legacy. So now, in any textbook, did you read that he was a womanizer? Do you care? Worry about half of these bitches sitting here arguing that point probably don't even know who their daddy is. Your daddy probably a damn womanizer. Worry about that. Why the hell you worried about one of the greatest, like, inspirations, civil rights leaders, civil rights activists, minister? Why do you care? I said, because I had to get it off my chest, because this inauguration was supposed to be such a historical, beautiful moment, but somehow society will fuck it up. So I put, what this inauguration has taught me, that Beyonce singing is more important than the president, unless people find out it was lip synced. Cornel West now attends the Donald Trump School of Hate. That Michelle Obama is so fly, she needs an endorsement deal with Neiman Marcus. I've learned that gay rights wasn't just a strategy for votes but an actual concern for Obama, because he included it in his inaugural address, like in his speech. And if it was a strategy for votes, he don't need the votes no more. He's already in office for 4 more years. So for him to include that in his actual speech of inauguration, like, yeah. That Malia and Sasha are just normal kids, and that people care about MLK's sex life more than his actual work for civil rights. So in conclusion, I've learned that people will find the bad before they embrace the good for their own personal inadequacy, and that the world is truly a sad place, and hate truly outweighs love. And that's the truth. Like, that is so the truth. On a day that should have been so historical, on a day that was so important for us to come together and embrace the magic behind the day and the history behind the day, so that we could tell our grandchildren the story of, you know, Obama getting sworn in for a second time on Martin Luther King Day of 2013, instead of that being the headlines. No. We have Michelle Obama rolling her eyes. We have Beyonce lip syncing. We have Cornel West in outrage that Obama was sworn in on MLK's traveling Bible. There's another picture circling, Bill Clinton checking out Kelly Clarkson's ass. That has been circulating, and again, I find the humor in it, because he is just like any other man. Any other man. If you walking with your man down the street, guarantee he turn around and look at shorty fat ass. Guaranteed your dad and then checked out some asses. Because it's Bill Clinton, oh my God. Yeah, old habits are hard to break. I think that's what the caption was on the picture of him checking out Kelly Clarkson's ass. And again, this is why I gave out on humanity a long time ago. And I will stay in my circle of beliefs. I will stay in my circle of sanity. And I will laugh at the things that make me laugh. And I just will not get angry anymore. Like, I refuse to get angry. I refuse to get upset. Do you know people are actually saying, oh, I'm not a fan of Beyonce's anymore? What? Really? Really? Because she lip synced? If she did. Beyonce is not coming out to say yes or no. But if she did, it's still her voice. She still sang that song. Sang it. listen to the words behind the song and stop paying so much attention to if it was lip synced or it was pre-recorded. Like, seriously? The land of the free, the home of the brave. Like, that is the point of this song, not who sings it. Like, ugh. Anywho, yeah. So, you guys leave comments, thumbs up, subscribe. Deuces.